This is Dan Ferrisi, Editor-in-Chief with Commercial Integrator. So happy to be joined today by Mike Brandofino, who is President and COO of Caregility. We're talking about the topic of telehealth and the revolution in medicine that's going on these days. Thank you so much, Mike, for being here today. I really appreciate you taking some time to inform the Commercial Integrator audience and me about the trends that you're observing.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to join.
So the first thing I want to ask about is Caregility itself. Certainly, it's a company that has been on my radar for quite a while, but for those who may be a little bit less familiar with Caregility and the services you provide and the value proposition you present, what might you tell us? Just kind of a top-level overview.
Sure. And I think it's important to kind of talk about the founding or where we came from. We were actually a division of an AV integration company called Yorktel, and we were doing healthcare related projects and helping customers deploy collaboration technology within the health system as part of our overall collaboration solution. In 2019, we spun that out to focus exclusively on deploying and developing a platform around virtual care, primarily in the inpatient setting, in the hospitals itself. And so my background, my whole career has been around video collaborations, all the way from, I was the founder of a company called GlowPoint doing video over IP, through Yorktel, and now with Caregility. So Caregility really is founded around the idea of taking all that we've learned about critical collaboration within a commercial space and applying it in the healthcare space.
And it's more applicable now to the healthcare space than ever before, isn't it? I think that was really the thrust of Carol Zelkin's article in the new edition of Collaboration Today and Tomorrow, that this telehealth revolution, this virtual medicine or remote medicine revolution is not going to retrench at all. It's just going to continue moving forward full steam. How are you trying to position your company to maximize the benefit of that?
Sure. I think most of the attention and the media attention has been on that, what we would call outpatient. I'm in my home. They, during COVID, couldn't go to the office, so I had my session with my doctor remotely, and that is still popular, and it's at a new level that it wasn't before COVID. But what's growing even faster is what we call inpatient virtual care. That's the use of virtual technology within the hospital setting to do things like virtual roundings, behavioral health sessions, patient observation. And now the most critical thing that we're seeing is telenursing. We lost a lot of nurses during COVID who retired, can no longer work, or just decided they didn't want to anymore. And we don't have enough nurses coming in. So there's a huge shortage. So virtual care is being used now to augment that, have some of those nurses who physically can't be on the floor still be able to help and do things remotely. So virtual care is literally exploding within the inpatient environment.
Now, knowing the Commercial Integrator and to some extent Collaboration Today and Tomorrow are very channel-centered publications, do you feel like AV integrators and other channel partners are really understanding the opportunity that is at their fingertips, particularly with regard to virtual medicine in an inpatient setting, as you've underscored? Are integrators even thinking about this?
I think they are to some degree. I don't know if you know, but we recently just signed CDW as a reseller of ours, and they certainly get it, although they're more of an integrator of overall technology. But I think what's challenging some of the traditional integrators is they understand the technology, but understanding the workflow impact within a health system is really important. What we did is we actually hired nurses. So we have nurses on staff to help us understand the workflow impact. And I think integrators who are interested in the healthcare space need to take that extra step of understanding not just the technology layer, but understanding the workflow layer.
I think that's super important pretty much across applications, isn't it? So much of our industry is now experience focused. It's not about a spec sheet or a cut sheet. It's not about the speeds and feeds of any particular device. What it's about is facilitating the kind of outcome that is expected. So having familiarity with the beats and the rhythms and the needs of whatever vertical you're playing in, but especially virtual medicine in an inpatient setting, it really seems like you have to kind of speak that language natively and understand it intuitively in order to maximize the benefit. Do you agree?
Absolutely. I think that's really what differentiates folks from from being technology specialists to being solution providers.
So if people wanted to find out more about Caregility and more about potentially partnering with Caregility or finding ways to work their way into this virtual medicine revolution, what would be the best way that they could do that?
Well, definitely take a look at our website, and there are links for partner connectivity. We've also developed a pretty sophisticated ecosystem. So even even folks that have unique technologies or things that they're selling into the healthcare space, we've been working on figuring out how to integrate that into one platform so that customers could leverage multiple technologies. So I would say reach out to through our partner program off our website.
Is there anything else you'd like to add before we button up the interview?
No, just that I've been blessed to be involved in collaboration my entire career, and being able to focus all that effort and knowledge in the healthcare space has really been rewarding. And for any company that is looking to get involved in the healthcare space, it is a completely different experience from a business perspective because you really feel like you make an impact. So, I do encourage folks, if they're going to do it, do that investment, understanding the workflows, understand the environment, but it is a rewarding place to be.
I would imagine that the psychic income you get mitigating issues like nurse shortages and things like that, and making sure that patients get the kind of outcome that everyone is hoping for it just must be very rewarding. When you go to bed at night, you must feel good about what you do.
It is, and it really gets the whole team empowered to realize that they are making a difference out there. So it's great.
Well, thank you so much, Mike Brandofino, President and COO of Caregility, for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking some time to apprise Commercial Integrators audience and me about virtual medicine and how Caregility is at the vanguard of it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
My name is Dan Ferrisi, Editor-in-Chief with Commercial Integrator. Please check back on commercialintegrator.com regularly for more informative thought leadership conversations just like this. Have a great day.